What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another how to build around this commander video. We got a pretty cool legendary Fox Advisor Light-Paws Emperor's Voice. This is a 2-mana mono white aura focused commander. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura and with a different name than each aura you control. You put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light-Paws Emperor's Voice, then shuffle. So great mana cost for this type of commander because it means that turn 2 at least, you're going to be able to throw it out there and then just start casting auras and getting this trigger. To me, this is an insane commander because we've had enchantment focused commander options, ones that are more based around enchantress builds, where you play enchantments, you draw cards, you just get value, good value engines. We've even had commanders that just synergize with enchantments in general, like Alila. However, I don't think we've had a commander that is this focused on solid aura value, cheating auras directly into play from your deck. We do have Zur the Enchanter, of course. That's not so much an aura-focused commander, and to be honest, I think this trigger might be even better, only restriction being, of course, it's mono white. You're able to do this several times in a turn. It's whenever you're able to cast an aura and have it enter the battlefield. To get the obvious out of the way, we are playing an enchantment strategy, so you're still going to want to synergize with enchantments overall. Playing something like Mesa Enchantress is still a must. Playing something like Core Spirit Dancer adds on to that because we're just going to be playing auras. Since that's the bulk of our deck, we're going to be drawing cards whenever we play enchantments overall. Same thing goes for any sort of setup. Something like Starfield Mystic is still a brilliant card, makes our auras cheaper. If we can cast them for cheaper, it means we can get our other ones out there much quicker. This deck is going to be all about speed, aggression. Play this commander like you would a Voltron commander. Prioritize protecting your commander as well as getting more power and toughness. And with auras, there's no shortage of spells that just stack on the power and toughness. We're talking about Ethereal Armor and All That Glitters. Both of these will get you +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, and Ethereal Armor is pretty much going to be searched up no matter what you do. Since it's only 1 mana, it's usually a safe go-to. Sage's Reverie is another great card, being that it's 4 mana, makes it easy to search up our other auras. Most of the auras in the deck, if you ever build around this commander, it's going to be 4 or less. Also lets you draw a ton of cards if you already have a bunch of auras attached to your commander, and does the same thing, +1/+1 for each aura we control that's attached to a creature. Something I think is an auto-include, Mantle of the Ancients. Not only does this do the same thing, where the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura, but this also acts as a way of recovering mid to late game. So it'll bring back all of your auras in your graveyard back to the battlefield. And oh yeah, you still get the search from Light-Paws. So all around you get a ton of value here just in this card for 5 mana, making it incredibly valuable, still under $3 for this card that came out in only the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms Precon deck. We already have a ton of ways of searching with this commander, of course, but it doesn't hurt if you're able to search up auras that you can cast in order to get that trigger off. So playing cards like Open the Armory and Heliod's Pilgrim, it's still a good idea. Again, if you have a card like Mantle of the Ancients in your deck, you're going to want that at some point. You're going to want to hold on to it at the very least. And then we talk about protection, which is probably going to be one of the most important things with this commander. Since this is going to be more of a Voltron strategy, you need to protect Light-Paws. And one of the best ways that you can do that is with Totem Armor. We have a few different cards that are great for Totem Armor, some of them aren't so great. Hyena Umbra is only 1 white mana, gives the creature +1/+1 and first strike. If the creature would be destroyed, you destroy Hyena Umbra instead. There's also Felidar Umbra, Elend Umbra, and Mammoth Umbra, which I personally am not the biggest fan of playing all of them. I would maybe pick 2 or 3. It's still great though whenever you're able to save your commander and instead just get rid of one of these. Now I do think that Umbra Mystic is probably one of the best cards you can play along with this commander, because all of your auras attached to permanents you control have Totem Armor. So whenever a creature would be destroyed, if it has that aura attached to it, you just destroy the aura instead. And you could just do this once at a time. So every time it would be destroyed, just choose an aura, have that be destroyed instead. There's also the card Shielded by Faith, which gives the enchanted creature indestructible, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield, we may attach it. So if we decide we want to protect one creature, and then we play our commander later on, we get to then swap it over to our commander. Very underrated way of protecting creatures. We have a way of giving a creature protection from a color with the card Flickering Ward. Now this card does have potential if we're able to fill our deck with some other 1-mana white auras. The creature will gain protection from the chosen color, and we can pay 1 mana to return it back to our hand. This can be an easy way of getting out some of your other cheap auras, however I don't think we're going to have a ton of them, so just be aware of how many you have in your deck. I still think it's a nice little combo with our commander, the objective of course making it easier to either swing through for commander damage, or making it so that your opponent's targeting removal can't target it. But the card that I think you must play if you are deciding to build around Light-Paws is Flicker Form. Up to this point, I don't think Flicker Form has found its deck. It's been useful in some blink strategies before, but this is it. This is the best deck to play Flicker Form in, because it's all about not just protecting your commander, but also making it easier to protect your best auras. It's only 2 mana, but you have an activated ability of 4, where you exile the enchanted creature and all auras attached to it. At the beginning of the next end step, you return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If you do, you return the other cards exiled this way to the battlefield under their owner's control attached to that creature. Which means if there's a board wipe, if there's any mass enchantment removal, you get to just blink everything. All of the auras that are attached to Light-Paws, you get to protect them all. You do get them back at the beginning of the next end step. This is an awesome trick. While it will cost you mana to do, in Voltron decks it's all about just keeping your board presence and maintaining it long enough to deal enough commander damage. And speaking of that, let's cover the very last thing, evasion and dealing more damage. This is how we're going to win. We want to make our commander unblockable. We want to make it so that we can swing in uncontested, deal that 21 commander damage easily. Unquestioned Authority pretty much guarantees this. If Light-Paws has protection from creatures, nothing can really block it. And you also get to draw a card when it enters. Spirit Mantle is the same idea, but 1 mana cheaper, gets +1/+1 and has protection from creatures, and because it is cheaper, it'll be a little bit easier to search up than Unquestioned Authority. Angelic Gift is one of the cheapest ways that you can give a creature flying. For only 2 mana, it enters the battlefield and you also get to draw a card. We do have some cheaper auras like Mask of Law and Grace, Shield of Duty and Reason, which for only 1 white mana each will give Light-Paws protection from 2 colors. So if you're able to get both of them, you will have protection from 4 colors. And of course, one of the best auras of all time, Battle Mastery, will be a way that you can easily win games, giving our creature double strike. After playing something like Mantle of the Ancients, it's going to be a recipe for quick success, only really having to get our creature up to 11 power, and then just double strike an opponent for commander damage. So anyway, let me know what you think about Light-Paws Emperor's Voice. This is it. This is the ultimate aura commander. We've had some other great enchantment-focused commander options in the past, but this one has really caught my attention. A lot of people are going to want to play with this commander because there is that strength in searching through your library in a singleton format where the card's design already benefits us. You don't have to worry about cards sharing the same name. That's kind of the whole point of the format. So I think we have a very solid commander option here. So I think we have something to look forward to here in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. As always, if you have not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I enjoy making these videos for you guys. Thank you so much for 30,000 subs. You're incredible. Void here signing off. I will see you all next time.